has always been a way for humans to express what the mouth cannot say. Art can show ideas, thoughts, and memories that live in the hidden corners of the mind. Some paintings hold stories or emotions that an observer can feel without ever knowing the truth behind them. This is art. Art touches you spiritually. It reaches you in silence. But it's not always the same. Not every painting was made to be seen. Some were never meant for the public eye. Some were born from fear, isolation, and darkness. Francisco de Goya, a highly respected artist of his time. His art was unique, brilliant, but also deeply dark. A darkness that grew with him, slowly, quietly. When Goya turned 73, he moved into a quiet villa on the edge of Madrid, a place named after the previous owner, Quinta del Sordo, the House of the Deaf. Goya himself had gone deaf from a severe illness years earlier. He was sick, weak, and completely shut away from the world. In those final years, Goya created a set of paintings that he never showed to anyone. After Goya died, these paintings were finally revealed to the public. And immediately, something felt wrong, deeply wrong. Something was off about them. Something that people still struggle to understand, as if Goya painted not what he saw, but what haunted him. Goya created 14 paintings during the years he lived in that lonely villa. 14 pieces of art with no titles, no notes, and no explanation. But the strangest part was this: they weren't painted on canvas. He painted them directly on the walls. De Goya covered the rooms of his home with eerie, uncanny scenes. Imagine waking up, opening your eyes, and the first thing you see are these disturbing images. The heavy darkness of these paintings soon gave them a name: the Black Paintings. And today, I will show you the one that stayed in my mind long after I first saw it: Saturn devouring his sun. This is one of the most disturbing paintings Goya ever created. The title was not given by him. It was added later by art historians who tried to understand what he meant. Many experts believe this painting shows the myth of Saturn. In the legend, Saturn was told that one of his sons would overthrow him, so his solution was simple. He ate his children before they could grow up and take his power. But in Goya's version, the figure doesn't look like a god or even a man. It looks like a monster. The body is twisted, unnatural. Long, thin limbs, a shape that doesn't belong to anything human, and the expression in its eyes, it's impossible to read. It could be fear or madness. Some scholars believe another, darker explanation. Goya had many children. Some say 7, some say 20. Most of them died in infancy. Only one survived, just like the myth. Saturn had 7 children, and only one lived. This painting might reflect Goya's own guilt, the guilt of a father who watched his children die while he continued to live. Maybe he felt like a monster. Maybe the figure in the painting isn't Saturn at all, but Goya himself. 2 women mocking a man. Like the painting of Saturn, this one carries an eerie, uncanny energy. The background is dark, gloomy, as if the shadows themselves are pressing down. Perhaps Goya used it to reflect his own helplessness, the isolation he felt in his final years. The colours, muted, depressing, heavy with sorrow. In the centre, two women appear, mocking a man. Their faces are strange, distorted, almost unreal. It's hard to look at them directly, and even harder to understand exactly what they mean. The literal meaning remains unclear, but their presence, their expressions, give a glimpse of Goya's mind. The two women might be a symbol of society, a world of deception and moral decay. And the man is helpless and mocked, might represent Goya himself, struggling, hopeless. Two old men. In my view, this painting is a perfect haunted picture of death and time. It follows the same themes as the other black paintings, a dark background, the same depressing colours, the same heavy mood. The painting shows an old man. He has a long white beard, a stick in his hand. He is wearing black and brown clothes. Next to him is another figure. This figure is whispering in his ear. But it does not look human. It looks more like a demon. This painting might show the link between time and death. The demon could be death itself. Goya knew death was close to him, and the old man might be Goya, facing the end of his life, the mourning woman. This painting is one of the quietest, but also one of the saddest in the black paintings. The background is dark and empty. The colours are dull and heavy. It has the same gloomy feeling that appears in all of Goya's final works. The painting shows a woman. She is standing beside a mound of dirt. People believe this mound is a grave. The woman is dressed in black. Her face looks calm, but also tired, as if she has accepted something painful. Most historians think this woman is Leocadia Weiss. She was close to Goya. She lived with him in his villa. Some say she was like family to him. In the painting, she stands beside the grave as if she is mourning someone important. Some people believe she is mourning Goya himself, as if Goya painted his own death before it happened. Some artworks are unsettling simply because of how real and how strange they are. Théodore Géricault was a celebrated artist of his time. Even though he died young, at only 32, he created paintings that are still considered some of the darkest works in art history. Géricault was known for something unusual. He painted mental illness, not as monsters, not as exaggerations, but as raw emotions frozen on the faces of suffering people. But there was something else he did to make his art disturbingly realistic, something that still makes people uncomfortable when they learn about it. Géricault painted corpses, more specifically, decaying corpses. He wanted to understand human anatomy in its rawest form. So he visited morgues, hospitals, and quiet rooms where the dead were kept. He observed severed limbs, lifeless bodies, and the slow fading of life. He studied every detail carefully. The strange colours of rotting skin, the way muscles seemed to collapse inward, the empty, unblinking eyes. All of this was for one reason: to create his most famous masterpiece, The Raft of the Medusa. This painting is based on a real tragedy. A French naval ship crashed because of poor navigation. 147 people were left stranded on a makeshift raft. after weeks of starvation, madness, and cannibalism. Only 15 survived. To paint this horror truthfully, Jericho did the unthinkable. He studied severed human parts. One of the most disturbing examples is his collection of severed human heads. He painted them with an eerie stillness. He also painted arms, legs, and other body parts, each one preserved on canvas with haunting accuracy. If this video pulled you in, make sure to subscribe, comment below, and let us know what mystery or dark rabbit hole you want us to dive into next.